With all due respect, as much as the subject has controlled the basis of Ultra Instinct, he does not control more than a small part of his true potential. He is still not a threat. The beautiful angel asks in response, how many mortals were there 300 years ago among the 12 universes with power similar to someone with the base of divine ki? 300 years ago? If I remember correctly, it was very few, maybe just one or two. And how about 100 years, asked the angel. About 7 or 8, maybe. The number is 8 exactly. And these are all the mortals that are right now with a power similar to the basis of Divine Ki, or with the progression to reach this level or power in the short term. Each of these spheres has a character that we know from Dragon Ball, and some characters that we have never seen before. Most of these high-powered Divine Ki warriors are in Universe 1 and 12, but there are already many mortals with this level of power in all other universes. At this rate, do you know how many there will be in just 100 more years? Surely this great exponential increase of high-power mortals is due to the constant genetic evolutions and as a result of crosses between different races. But this isn't the only explanation. There is one other, and that is the lack of discipline between the lower level gods. In some cases, these gods have even offered assistance and training to these beings, teaching several of them themselves. Whether for entertainment, curiosity, or simply not to take their hierarchy seriously in front of inferior beings. Has the time come? How long will the preparations take? You already know that I am not allowed to carry out this type of action. If it were discovered, my existence would be eliminated. I have been careful preparing everything for many decades, but I still need some time for this moment to come to act without leaving a trace. The estimate is 8,212 tacks, or a year and a half, maybe. Gohan is shocked that his father had lowered his guard, but Goku blames his drop in guard to Vegeta entirely for his laughter throughout the fight. But how am I not going to laugh at you with the lamentable showing you are giving? There is nothing more pathetic than seeing you so pressed by Gohan. Goku defends his son by saying that we have always known Gohan had huge potential. He just needed to train and take it seriously. Looks like getting punched in your cheek by your son while training is something that doesn't just happen in our family, right Gohan? What the hell are you on about, Kakarot? I'm talking about the time that Trunks knocked you right in your face and then you had to bring him to the amusement park so he wouldn't say anything. In an awesome cel-shaded animation sequence, Goku tells about the time that Trunks ended up knocking his father right in his face the first time he ever went Super Saiyan, and then Vegeta had to basically bring him to the amusement park as a bribe time and time again so Trunks wouldn't say anything, and then Trunks ended up spilling the beans later on. And let's not forget about the other time that Trunks ended up... You better shut your mouth, you idiot! Vegeta, now you've gone too far. I think I've gone just about far enough. Enough reminiscing about the past, Kakarot. It is our time to fight. Now the real fun begins. That's quite enough of your jokes and silliness. Enough of you making a fool out of me. Now that you're out of the way, it's our time, isn't it, Gohan? Let's go! Off in the distance, someone watches their training on the Supreme Kai's broken home world. It's astonishing how far Gohan has come in just 1 year of training. Gohan has always had an inner power that's uncommon in most beings. So do you think, Elder Kai, that he will one day surpass Goku and Vegeta? Even though Goku and Vegeta have shown great power and growth in the past year, Gohan is the one that really has shown he could possibly surpass all of them. If he keeps going like this for the next 5 months, I have no doubt in my mind that he will soon surpass both Goku and Vegeta. In so short a time? Whis chimes in that he's not surprised. I've known since the first time I laid eyes on him that Gohan had the most potential out of the three. Their only difference is that Goku and Vegeta have both focused primarily on training while Gohan has spent time with his family and his study. But I've known since I saw them together during the first Super Saiyan God ritual I clearly saw that Gohan had much higher inner power than the rest. Is everything okay with Beerus? It's been quite a few days that we've seen you without him. But the only thing that Whis has noticed is the fact that now he has all the human and earthling food all to himself. Doesn't have to share one single bite with Beerus. And he believes it's much better this way. But in serious talk, Whis reassures them that there's nothing to worry about. Champa just invited all the gods of destruction over to his place for a meeting. Beerus had already given Whis an update on how the meeting went, and they had only talked for about 30 minutes before they started going into full-on combat in Champa's planet. That, more or less, is the reason that the meeting has been about 3 weeks at this point. It's a scary thought to be that close in a battlefield between 12 Hakaishin. Whis has full faith in Beerus that he knows what not to do in most given situations. And once the meeting is over and they've had their fill of combat, eventually Beerus will come back and he'll be right at Whis' side like always. But Whis says that there is a backup plan in case the meeting goes longer than expected, and that is the Oracle Fish's predictions. And so Whis asked the Oracle Fish a simple question. Can he predict when Beerus will come back after the meeting at Champa's palace? But the Oracle Fish is coming up on blanks. Whis is concerned. It's been several days now that the Oracle Fish cannot make any predictions whatsoever. He's wondering if maybe he's sick. I have bad feelings running up and down my bowl. But the fact remains, I do not know when Beerus will come back. And I think that's because they don't want us to know what's going on. And honestly, the last sign of Beerus that I can sense, or that I could sense, it wasn't in Champa's palace. Actually, right now I can't even detect where his location is, on top of not being able to know when he's gonna come back. And that's because around the palace they've created a redistortion field. Well, this is a surprise. Who could have created a distortion field? That's a little strange, isn't it? Or have they always created redistortion fields around their meetings? Well, I have never been interested in their affairs, so I've never tried to see exactly what goes on in these meetings. Maybe it's something that they always do, but still, it's a little strange. I don't even believe any of the current gods of destruction could create a field that size, less be able to stabilize it. Especially not Beerus. Even if I tried, it would cost a little bit of my strength to create one of those other dimensions. But it is impossible to believe that they have created it between the 12 of them, being among them all their envy and jealousy, not too much solidarity. What is a redistribution field? Do you forget that you are a Supreme Kai? Very well. Pay attention. As you know, there are a total of 12 universes. In each of them, there are special beings, objects, and divine devices. These devices allow you to see and hear each other in any place in any universe. The Oracle Fish is a prime example of one such artifact in our universe. A distortion field makes special borders created with divine ki. These barriers allow total and extreme secrecy. Nobody, not one person, can see inside this special divine ki. Now to think of it, Oracle Fish, are you okay? You look even worse than before. I have been feeling strange sensations for several days. I didn't know the reason or what they were, but I noticed something negative. And now that I'm trying to focus on Champa's palace, the sensations are more and more intense. Darker. These are not good omens. What do you feel? What omen are you having? It's all dark, sinister omens. I feel desolation. I feel loneliness. I feel empty. And I feel death. In the last episode, Mikoshin decides that she needs to pay closer attention to the Saiyans on Earth. And at that point, we get Goku versus Gohan, where Gohan easily defeats Goku in a sparring match. And now Vegeta is up next. He wants a piece of Gohan, but Vegeta doesn't just want to fight Gohan. He says that Gohan, as of now, as of this point in time, Gohan has really only demonstrated abilities in training. That's all Vegeta has really seen. He wants to eliminate those restrictions, and he wants to actually have a real fight with Gohan, something that they can write home to the bank about, a real confrontation, to the point where he even asked Goku, like, bro, you got any sensu beans? Goku of course has a bag of sensu beans. He's always packing. So there are 4 sensu beans, which is probably going to be very important in the future. And Gohan just got challenged by Vegeta to a battle to the death. This is a real situation. Vegeta wants to give it 110%. Face off against Gohan to the bitter end, and that's the reason that he's got the sensu beans. So as Vegeta is excited to jump in and face off against Gohan 110%, Gohan isn't as excited to do that with Vegeta. He's a little bit nervous. He doesn't really know if he really wants to commit 110% to fighting Vegeta. He probably is a little scared too, but Vegeta says, no, we need to do this. Don't worry, Goku is here. Goku can monitor the fight, and Goku will help us if we get to critical condition. Don't worry about that. But Goku doesn't want to be left out. He wants to have a very similar fight against Vegeta or even Gohan as well. But Vegeta says, alright, your turn will come, but make sure you keep hold of one of those sensu beans and be ready to use instant transmission if you need to use it. Vegeta ends up being reasonable and gives Gohan a handicap. He says that for this fight, we will both be at the exact same level of ki, and we should not go past that. We should be 100% in whatever level that we are, as long as we're even, and stay within transformations that we both can do, because he knows that Gohan can't go into Super Saiyan Blue, so he needs to keep it as fair as possible just in case. And that way it really shows what power and what strength and what tactics Gohan has against somebody like Vegeta, where Vegeta is not just one-shotting him with Super Saiyan Blue. Because I'm translating, I'll tell you exactly what Vegeta says, that what the hell is this prison? I can't move, god damn it. That's basically what he said, because Gohan snagged him using technique, using strategy, and got him into this sort of prison area where he used his own ki to trap him there. And in my last video, I got a lot of people saying, oh, this looks just like, you know, a video game, this, you know, blah, blah, blah. This looks like Superhero. I mean, Superhero has more polish, but it's essentially the same thing, and this is fan-made, and I think this battle was damn good, in my opinion. Meanwhile, we cut to the Mikoshin, and she ended up luring the gods of destruction all in their meeting place and began to take them all out, leaving really only Beerus alive, maybe, I don't know, less beat up than the rest of them, because remember, they can't really die without their Supreme Kais dying, but less beat up and able to stand. But this is an angel we're talking about, so she 110% has the advantage here. After witnessing this angel kill his own brother right in front of him, Beerus is asking, why the hell are you doing this? What is going on? And she responds simply with just cleaning up my mess. The Mikoshin explains to Beerus that for thousands of years, your only job was to use the power of Hakai to rid the universe of the enemies, of the people, of the mortals, and bring balance to the universes. And year after year, the gods of destruction have failed, specifically Beerus. He has not done his job suited for him, and really has not held up to the standard that the Mikoshin thought that the gods of destruction would do. And so she is thinking that they're a waste of space, a waste of time, and they need to be taken care of. That's exactly why she has done what she's done up to this point. Beerus argues that he has delivered judgment on all the enemies of Universe 7. The Mikoshin laughs and at this point is getting upset with Beerus because she asks him, when was this? When you first were God of Destruction? When you first had the drive to take care of the business that Universe 7 needed for you to take care of it? When was this? When did you do it? Because the gods of destruction that I have here, each and every single one of them is a failure to their universe, to the point where even the gods of destruction themselves have allowed immortals to gain power of the gods and become as powerful as some of the gods of destruction in this very room. Each and every single one of these mortals has broken their own limits repeatedly, time and time again, only with the desire to surpass the gods of destruction. And with that, surpassing the gods of destruction, putting the entire universe in jeopardy with their strength alone. With the gods of destruction in this very room, using themselves as guides or masters for these people when they pose such a huge threat to the balance and the titles that the god of destruction job originally is. Beerus only has one thing to respond to this and says that times have changed and it's not like it was in the past. Now we encourage the mortals to get stronger and stronger. That's just evolution. They need to evolve. She says, what you call evolution, I call failure to do your job. The Mikoshin explains that the last few decades she's watched and seen exactly what's going on in these universes, and she was always wondering when the gods of destruction were going to take charge and do something about these threats, but no more. Now she is here to clean house, and she is going to take care of these threats herself. She says, you see, Beerus, if something doesn't work, then you need to change it or eliminate it. And that is when Beerus tells her that she's gone crazy. She is now a rogue angel, and he needs to do anything he can to stop her. But she says there are 9 Hakaishin that are here. 3 of them are already dead, and the rest are in grave or critical condition. But she says, if you're feeling lucky, go ahead and try it. At least if I get a glimpse of your power, it wouldn't have been a total waste having you as a god of destruction. You are not interesting, and with that, Beerus has been Hakai'd. So Goku saves Vegeta's ass because he was about to be grass when Gohan attacked him like that, trapping him, and in a split second he was able to break through. But yeah, if Goku hadn't come in with instant transmission and saved Vegeta, Vegeta would have been gravely injured or worse. Even Vegeta says that was a very interesting set of attacks, young Gohan. Vegeta says, and probably, lying here, but tells Gohan that don't think that that amount of power was enough to kill me. So it would have probably seriously injured him, just exactly what Vegeta said the qualifications of Goku saving either of them was. But Gohan says, no, I knew that wasn't going to kill you, but I figured that that would force you to break the rules. He actually thought that Vegeta was going to transform in that pod to break through it, to break even disqualifying himself, like break that rule instead of just breaking the rule of having Goku come in. So he thought that he could push him to go maybe Super Saiyan Blue because Vegeta does not have Super Saiyan 3. He figured he could get him to do that, but at the end of the day, Goku jumped in first. Gohan had actually underestimated Vegeta because he did not think, and now we know that they're both in Super Saiyan 2, that Vegeta was able to break that barrier in Super Saiyan 2. He figured that Vegeta was going to be stuck unless he transformed. So Vegeta's actually a lot stronger in Super Saiyan 2 than Gohan originally gave him credit for. This triggers Vegeta. At this point, he's like, listen, we're not playing these games. No one's leaving this battlefield until somebody gets KO'd. And completely. That's the rule, because at this point you're playing games, you're trying to force you to transform, and that's not the proper way a Saiyan needs to fight. That's not the proper way a Saiyan needs to win. But Vegeta does reflect on the fact that Gohan is actually way stronger than he originally had thought, than he originally had given credit for, which is good. Back to scolding, he tells Gohan that he needs to stop that stupid trying to drop his guard in the middle of combat because it's gonna get you killed, and it's not something that he should be following or picking up from his idiot father. Vegeta tells him this is a fight to the death, this fight that you're in right now. Realistically, right now, as you bowed to me, I could have cut your head off and taken you out the fight that way. So you need to be more aware of your surroundings and always be on guard. Make sure that you leave sympathy completely out the door. All these pleasantries, you are here to fight me, and you will treat this battle with the seriousness that it deserves, the same seriousness that I am giving it. In the meantime, the Oracle Fish is just going bananas here. He is shaking up a storm. He's having premonition after premonition, and Whis is telling him to calm down and you need to get out of that mindset where you're looking into the future. You need to come back to reality. The other Kai is wondering what the hell is going on. Whis says that this has never happened before. He's never seen the Oracle Fish like this. He actually has a technique that will calm the Oracle Fish, but it's not working right now. The Oracle Fish is just too preoccupied with what he's seeing. Whis, what have you done? Whis says, don't worry, I just put him to sleep to calm him down. If he hadn't done it, then the fish would have passed out due to being overstimulated. The other Kai wants to know what's going on, what's the Oracle Fish seeing, but Whis has no answers for him. He doesn't know. Something bad. The other Kai doesn't know what's going on, but at this point now it seems like it doesn't need to necessarily be the Supreme Kai dying for their respective God of Destruction to die as well. It looks like if the God of Destruction dies, then the Elder Kai or the Supreme Kai that was with them ends up dying as well in retribution. Their lives are linked. It doesn't just work one way around, it works both ways. So we tried to resuscitate the Supreme Kai, and it looks like it worked. The Supreme Kai is back, unless he actually didn't die. But Whis doesn't know what's going on. He asked him, are you okay? And the Supreme Kai really has no answers. Neither does the Elder Kai. They don't really know what's going on. The Supreme Kai only explains, even though we saw him see the vision, he only explains that he got hit. He felt a strange hit, and it knocked him out cold, and he doesn't know where it came from. Whis definitely feels like something is weird going on. First, the Oracle Fish ends up acting crazy, just losing his mind until he was forced to be put to sleep, and then the Supreme Kai is knocked out by someone, some presence that they can't see. He's got a bad feeling about this. Speaking of not knowing what's going on, Vegeta is confused as to how Gohan's movements and strength keep rising. His movements get sharper, and he hasn't changed transformation. He's still in Super Saiyan 2, but he is getting stronger throughout this fight and getting far more intuitive. So there's something else going on with Gohan that Vegeta didn't account for when he came up with this rule about both of them staying in the same transformation. Vegeta says that, "Don't get tired on me yet, Gohan. I still want to push this battle as far as it can go. The real fight starts right now." And that is where we end today's video. Let me know what you guys thought of part 2 of the Mikoshin saga. It's going to be Blackscape signing off. Take care, guys.
Subscribe for more content. Or perish.